Why do you think we see so many celebrity single moms where their kids are raised just fine and everybody is just happy? It comes down to the money. Think about it, ladies.
Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What up, YouTube family and folks? This is Kevin's perspective, the perspective that keeps on giving, back to give another one. If you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. You see the title. I'm not even gonna hold you. I wasn't gonna do this video, but some things got to be said and I might as well say it. Let's get straight to it.
They did a study on 23,000 women and found single mothers spent less time on household chores and get more sleep than married women with kids.
Alright, first of all, it sounds like she's about to make a generalization off of 23,000 women. Let's put something in perspective here. 23,000 women ain't that many women. A Beyonce concert has more women than that. So for a survey, 23,000 people ain't that much to make a generalization off of. But here she speaks about household chores and sleep. I hate to break it to you, lady, but they could have surveyed single people in general, man or woman, and got that same statistic. Of course a single person does less household chores and gets more sleep. You know why? Because they're lazier. You're more relaxed because there's no standard to be held to. There's no one there to hold you accountable or responsible to doing anything. There's no role to live up to. So you get to it when you get to it. That's just a part of living single. Tell us something we don't know.
I studied exactly this in my undergrad. I wanted to know before I left my marriage whether or not single motherhood was going to be to my detriment and my kids' detriment.
So pretty much you just use college as an escape route for your marriage. You know, I'm gonna go on a tangent for a second. Let me talk to the fellas real quick. I'm gonna bring up the age-old question. What do women want? Men ask this question a lot. And the truth is, you won't know because they don't know. Because it pretty much depends on where she's at in her life at that time. Sometimes the man she wanted before her degree ain't the same man she want after her degree, even if she's in a relationship. Because not all, but a lot of women's view and perception of relationships varies with her accomplishments, even the relationship she's already in. But I'm going to make a completely different video about this and the difference of how men and women typically think. Because men typically think predictably. Women typically think alternatively. But subscribe if you haven't already and look out for that one. That's going to be interesting. But back to this lady here. She said she was studying this in her undergrad. So let me take a wild guess here. The whole time while her husband was taking the financial responsibilities to allow her to focus on going to school, he had no idea that while she was getting her degree, she was in school learning how to divorce him and be a single mother. But couldn't do it yet because she wasn't financially stable enough. But once she got the money, she was out. This wasn't about the kids' well-being. This was about her not wanting to be married no more. Now, somebody's gonna tell me that I'm completely wrong in that assumption. But I don't think I am. You and I both know that's probably the case.
I wanted to know before I left my marriage whether or not single motherhood was going to be to my detriment and my kids' detriment. And what they found was that it was all money.
And there you have it. Here's an uncomfortable truth that single parents do not want to hear, but it has to be said. As a single parent, regardless of how much you do for your kids, regardless of how much of a super mom or super dad you feel you are, in reality, you're still only giving them half of what they need. But I'm gonna get more into that later on.
If women found a way to be financially independent, then the kids didn't have an issue. They fared better. They were in a loving, stable home. Everything was okay.
So what are we saying here? Are we saying that kids fare better in single parent households as long as the custodial parent is good financially? Since when has that ever been true? And if it's all about money based off of her logic, then it would be more beneficial for the kids to stay with the father, wouldn't it? Since most of the time the husband was the breadwinner. Or does this only apply for if the mother is the custodial parent?
And the father could still be present, still have visitation.
Oh yeah, this doesn't apply to single fathers at all.
Or if they were already not involved, that just continued. Why do you think we see so many celebrity single moms where their kids are raised just fine and everybody is just happy. It comes down to the money. Think about it, ladies.
Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
So your reference to all of this is your assumption of what you think celebrities are doing? Your reference to single motherhood is Entertainment Tonight and Instagram? You don't know anything about how these people are raising their kids or anything about their level of happiness. Imagine modeling your life behind your favorite celebrity and then a year later seeing them on Ayanna Fix My Life. But speaking of happiness, you know why she thinks this way? It is because her and women like her believe that as long as they're happy, everyone's happy. She feels as though everyone else's level of happiness is only synonymous with hers. It's a very self-centered mindset, a mindset that the children have to deal with because it comes at their expense. Because the kids are watching mom. She got her divorce, her house, her degree, her career. She going to events, got a new look, new boyfriend. It's all smiles. Everything is up. And they're happy for mom, but they're not completely happy because part of what makes them happy doesn't live there anymore. The older they get, the more it sets in that half of what they need isn't always accessible anymore. And this is the part that people don't want to talk about because nobody wants to be honest and care too much about their image. A lot of these quote-unquote happy single mothers like the one in this video don't want to keep it real and talk about how their decisions gave their children side effects like depression, dissatisfaction, attachment disorders. All that single mother stuff sounds good until you got to deal with the effects of it. Effects that money can't solve. So I'm glad you're happy, but the kids aren't. But you probably already know that, don't you? Leave your comments down below, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.